Okay, we're gonna cover number 2. So I'm queuing up Dragon's Breath, and we're gonna pray that it plays, and we're going to I'm only gonna show you the fight scenes. Okay? Ah, crap. I'm gonna show you the fight scenes and possibly the bloopers. So shout out to Mr. Lee who's in here, Mr. Hector Lee. I thank you. I'm sorry that I failed you, and I'm still working on it, man. As best I can, I'm working on it. And again, I apologize for failing you and Jay Diz and everyone involved in the film. And I just couldn't catch a break, at all. So for everybody watching, I'm sorry. Let's get on with this, eh? All right, so this is the night scene. I filmed it outside. That's me going into my surrogate father's house. That was a mini fight scene with Mr. Lee and Taz. So you guys don't need any of that. Alright, so this is me dreaming. So the lead female left before we could actually start. In fact, she left on the day we started. That's why I have the dream sequence instead of having the female. And there's 2 dream sequences with 2 different girls. And I wasn't the one that did the filming of that part. But since it was there, it was used. No. So this is the dream sequence. No, that's the university. Those apartments are still there. That's the amphitheater. That's supposed to be my girlfriend in the dream. I do not know who this young lady is, but I thank you for having to walk through our filming that day. Those are my cheesy ass special effects. So that's the phone ringing. It's actually a Power Ranger morpher that's actually a real cell phone, but we used the Power Ranger morpher with my other hand that you couldn't see. I was a very resourceful young man. So that was Taz, and then this is me coming to school. All of those were people who were reluctantly enough to help me out in this film. This is us having an argument. Irrelevant, but he's the big bad. This is Mr. Lee. I won't expose too much of Mr. Lee. That's me late for school and my go to hell haircut. Hands down, this movie could have been way better. I just didn't have the resources necessary. That's Jay Diz and Charles. They're in damn near everything I filmed. Yes, there's a couple of other famous people that are probably more famous than me. So here's where Charles and I are going to have our first encounter. So I'll let you see this fight. And yes, I choreographed this fight. And trying to use electronic footsteps is not the best idea. I should have just went without it, so the footsteps and stuff are late, they wouldn't match up. So, sucker punch. Like I said, that's all of it's like messed up. Yeah. So yeah, I choreographed all the fight scenes. Charles is someone I had to actually teach martial arts. I had a girl who was supposed to be a martial artist, but she backed out day 1. So yeah, that was a little brutal. My tree technique is filmed in here also. Yeah, I don't know how a person can recover from getting their head pushed against a column of cement, but it is what it is. I love using elbows and flying dragons. I got hurt right there. You got a little off on that one. The Ghost Trails was cool back in the day when I actually filmed it. Now that I see it, not so much, but I can't undo that shit. Unless I find the original footage, which I don't have. Here's Jay Diz to the rescue. As you can see, the noises are way off. I'm sorry. I don't know what idiot told me that was a good idea, so I used it. And I tried for them not to cuss, but I couldn't stop the N-word from being used. I even use it. So, again, I'm only gonna show the fight scenes. This is where I use it because he insists that I use it. So let's go back, rewind, fast forward. Yeah, like I said, my go to hell haircut. Okay. Okay, so here's a fairly decent fight scene. Again, I'm sorry about the four square thing. Yes, I do my own stunts. My 360. I did not land on my feet. I know you guys saw that microphone. Independent films are rough, y'all. Straight up, they're rough. This is my drunken master. Need a little bit more help on that choreographing. Classic movie overhead head punches. Fast forward to the blindfolding and the hands tied. So, first the blindfold. Do not attempt. We've been working on that for like days. Like when he got out of high school. I think he was still in high school while we were doing that. I know he was still in high school when we was doing a clone affair. So yeah, this is my go to hell haircut. Okay, so here's the hands tied behind the thing. I had to limit shit so that no one would get hurt. So we had to go slow. You see I had too much rope. There you go. We're gonna go slow again. I did not know how to speed it up in post-production or pre-production or whatever the fuck it is. So those are real moves that you can probably use, but again, do not attempt that shit. So FYI, my character was supposed to be half Chinese and half black. So we'll do this. That part with the blindfold and the stick. Again, please do not attempt. And as you can hear the cameraman hollering go. That was not edited out. I tried and tried. Yes, this is a blooper. Okay, that's Mr. Lee. There was supposed to be a girl. There's the dragon's breath inside that canister. I still have the canister somewhere. There's the nunchucks, the canister. Mr. Lee is supposed to be a friend of my grandfather's. We're going to go back to that bow staff work there. We're going to go past that bow staff work there. Okay, there we go. So he's coming to the dojo. In case you want to know, yeah, we just like film random places to make it like it's somewhere else. Again, I thought the ghost trails were cool at the time. Upon seeing it now at like 48, I'm like, yeah, you know, I probably should have left that shit off. So, there we go to that, and now we're gonna go to the last, like, 2 fight scenes in this thing. Okay, so I had to teach Josh the tree technique, aka the pole technique, for this to work fairly well. Worked on it for like about a day, and it was like that day that we were filming, so we were losing light, so we decided to go ahead and start filming. Yes, all the way down there where that person is coming in, that is where Charles and I fought like the week before. But the film was only supposed to take place over 2 days because my parents were supposed to be on vacation. And I was supposed to be in charge of the Fang Dojo. yes, again, I choreographed all that. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if you like grabbed my hand and slung me into one of these damn things when I come off of it, Captain America style? He said, yeah, let's do that. So that's how that happened. Then we decided to try matching everything. So we decided to go take the fight down there, and that's where we get ambushed by the big bad. I couldn't get that shot scene, so we just improv'd it. That's the guy with the flip-flops. That would be Taz. I choreographed this fight scene because he doesn't know martial arts 1, so I had to make him look exceptionally good. Yes, he really does do this. And he throws me across the yard there. Now we're going to dream sequence number 2 with the other sexy girl that happened to be there. Sorry, young lady, and thank you. Now I'm going to wake up with a new zest for life. I really don't remember what the heck happened to Jay Diz's character at this point. I guess we just didn't film a fight with him, or I guess he just got put out of the picture early. So we also didn't have a guy to be the big bad, so the camera became the big bad. It's hard to make a movie with like 7 or so people. Yeah. And Mr. Lee doubled as the big bad, or at least his arms and his legs did. And again, I thank you, Mr. Lee, and I'm sorry that I failed you. And this is where I used an imaginary ray of the Fang. This ends the fight. Alright? So now we just talking, we call the police, because my uncle's in the Asian task force, because my ass is supposed to be half Asian, half black, etc., etc. That's before I realized that Native Americans are Asiatic. Said this is my surrogate father's old house on Whatchamajig Street. So that was my last stage name, which was actually that's the character that I played. My mistake. That's my real name. That's the character that I played. I was a big fan of God damn it, what the hell is it? The movie with the motorcycle with the guy Kaneda with the red motorcycle. Well, I can't think of the name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is like the cast of everybody there. You know, Miss Scott, Miss Rashida Shelton or Rashad Shelton, everybody that's there. You know, Miss Miller. Miss Miller was the teacher. Thank you, Miss Miller. Thank you to everybody that's names flying up on this damn screen. Jess was the blonde at the beginning. You know. And we couldn't get in touch with this for her to come back. Mr. Lee was also the arena bad guy. And I have the whole script written down somewhere. You know. And then, you know, I'll show you guys the lady that abandoned us like day 1. She could have probably made the film, you know. This is the blooper reels. That would be her. She showed up for the rehearsal, and then she quit when we decided to start filming. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I took a bunch of Chinese legends and came up with the Dragon's Breath. So, if anybody in China has actually heard of the Dragon's Breath, it is not real, but it is something that I came up with when I combined a few legends about dragons that I have been taught while my years of martial arts was happening. So I'm going to go to my YouTube channel now, and I'm going to try to find Kung Fu Havoc #1 and show you guys some scenes from Path of Ascension, which you guys can go and attend to see that. And then after that, I'm going to call it a night because I do have to work tomorrow. And I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this video. It's Kung Fu Havoc #1, Path of Ascension. I'm going there, so when I come back, I'll show you some fight scenes from there. Thank you guys very much for watching. This is Kung Fu Havoc #2. I'm Echo Fang Grave Wolf.